How's it going, everyone? We have a massive Granblue Fantasy Relink update to go over. Every time I say Relink, you guys come at me. We have a massive Granblue Fantasy Relink update to go over, as the first big update for the game has been detailed. And on top of that, that's not all. We got more information about the May update and a first look at some of the new characters in action. So a lot of new information coming out about that game. And then on top of that, Granblue Fantasy will be getting more information probably at the end of the year, probably before that, but Granblue Fantasy Fes has been announced for 2024. We'll talk that at the end of this video. It's scheduled for December. Bear in mind that there's going to be other updates and things like that. I should word things a little bit better. It's not like we're going to have to wait until December to get more Relink news, guys. That's not going to be the case. However, first, let's talk. Publisher Side Games and developers Side Games Osaka have shared brand new information regarding Granblue Fantasy Relink's first major update. The game has obviously seen small patches, fixes, things of that nature, but we are getting the first major patch with version 1.1.0. New quest, The Final Vision, will be dropping on March the 14th. This is a brand new free quest that'll be rolling out for the game. You don't have to pay anything or anything like that for all of the upcoming patches, or at least the ones up until May. The content being rolled out, all of it is free, so just keep that in mind. Coming March 14th, new content and adjustments to come along with the new quest, The Final Vision. The Final Vision has been something that has been looked forward to for quite a while. Sandolphin has a quest for you, and he'll be joining you in battle against Lucius as a guest character. Sandolphin is voiced by Howard Wang in English and Kenichi Suzumura in Japanese. The Primal Beast commands the Archangels, who themselves are primals created to regulate the Sky Realm. He also oversees the Sky Realm's Tetra Elements, and not only that, come May of 2024, Sandolphin will join the roster of playable characters in version 1.30. Now, this final battle against Lucius has already been detailed in previous patch notes and previous updates about the game. That is update 1.10, and again, it has been noted in the past for this update that this is going to be a very, very challenging boss fight. So as our first update, we'll be releasing an incredibly difficult quest featuring Lucius. It is one of the most challenging quests in the game, which means it will take a lot of preparation to take down. Given that it's been, quite a while since the game has come out, I imagine you guys have those preparations already made if you've been playing the game consistently, and even not consistently. Like, it's been so long that a couple weeks of grinding and you guys are probably already there. This fight is not a part of Granblue Fantasy Relink storyline, of course, but is more of a simulation of the final showdown with Lucius from OOO. The impossible difficulty Lucius from mobile Granblue Fantasy has all the elements of a challenging RPG fight. We wanted to take those elements and translate them into a Granblue Fantasy Relink's brand of action, all while recreating the animations and badass vibe of the original. Honestly, I'm not too familiar with Granblue from a mobile sense, so a lot of this stuff is completely new to me. And I imagine for a lot of you guys, it's completely new to you as well. But the boss battle should be something thrilling to take on. They also note, I think we were successful in reproducing something action game fanatics will be really be able to sink their teeth into. And we're not lying when we say it's challenging, it's extremely tough. So there you go with that. That is the Final Vision quest. And again, Sandolphin will be joining you for this quest and joining you in battle. But as far as actually joining the roster of playable characters, that will be the big May update. If you guys remember, they had that update rollout for a while, and the May update was a question mark. We have no idea what's gonna come after May, but we know March, and March 14th we'll get this final quest update, the Lucius fight, and then in April we'll get some new characters to play at, and May with update 1.3.0, that'll be Sandolphin being added to the roster as well. Again, this Primal Beast commands the Archangels, who themselves are primals created to regulate the Sky Realm. He also oversees the Sky Realm's Tetra Elements. Sandolphin will join the playable characters in version 1.30. But before we get to that in May, version 1.20 will be coming in April, coming late April 2024, so I would imagine somewhere April 20th onwards. New quests and character adjustments to come, along with playable characters Seofon and Tuin, and Granblue Fantasy Showcase Relink Part 3 will be happening on April the 25th, so you're gonna have more information being rolled out as a part of that. That'll be premiering on April the 25th, and they prominently do display a couple characters as a part of that. So more on that, and the first footage of the April characters in Sea of Fun and 2N have dropped, so you can check out gameplay footage of them. Looks quite stylish, and hopefully we do get an indication at this Relink Showcase Part 3 of what's to come after, you know, the release of the May DLC or the May update, because after that point, that has been a question and a point of contention for a lot of people. Like, what are we actually getting after that? I wouldn't be completely against a paid expansion. Look, this is a game that is going to get consistent updates, and I don't expect it to go like all Monster Hunter and get the level of support Capcom gave Monster Hunter World. If they go that route, I mean, obviously, I would be very excited and very happy about that, but, you know, managed expectations, I think, will always take us a long way, and I'm not expecting the world out of, you know, Granblue Fantasy Relink, at least for the foreseeable future. But given that they have the foundational elements in place, and given that this game was in development going back to 2016 or 2017, maybe even before that, you would think that since they have the foundation in place, and now adding content should be a lot easier of a process, and since you put all that work of actually designing the game and getting the game out to this entire audience, having it on PC, having it on PS4 and PS5, and hell, I wouldn't be surprised if come time to release the next Nintendo Switch, that they ultimately get this game on the next Nintendo Switch. That would make all the sense in the world to me. You're getting a new abundance of players playing Granblue Fantasy and being exposed to this IP. To let it just go to the wayside very quickly after May, I don't think that makes a lot of sense. Whether you want to do paid expansions, whether you want to do a full new game in the future, I know Granblue as an IP has so much potential in terms of content and ideas to explore that you would think that they're going to roll out more content. It's just, I would like at some point soon for the worries to be alleviated, because I've seen a lot of people in the comment section, and I know they've said particular things like they're not going to monetize the game, etc., or like, you know, that's what people are interpreting it, that this game isn't going to be monetized. But if they want to do paid expansions, as long as it's worth it, like, I'm all aboard on that. Like, I wouldn't care if they do paid expansions. It's just, yeah, you got to offer the value proposition, and with Granblue Fantasy as is, I feel like the value proposition is already there. You got 3 months of free updates, and hopefully they'll continue with the free updates. Maybe it'll be a mix of free updates, they'll do paid content. I don't know exactly what to expect, but ideally you would like to have that clarity of what to expect. That is what I am asking for, just a little bit more clarity of what's to come after that 3 months is over, after we wrap up May. One last thing I do want to note, I do expect Granblue to be an IP that they are heavily invested into for the foreseeable future, and Granblue Fantasy Fes 2024 has been announced. Now, this is an annual thing that's been going on for a while, so it's not like this is anything new, but it will be happening December of 2024, and hopefully, you would think, you would want to keep the momentum of Granblue Fantasy Relink rolling until then, especially as reception gets stronger and stronger, more content gets rolled out. This is the type of game that, you know, down the line, if there's more content getting added and people talk highly about it, it could be one that sees a surge, you know, midlife, or 6 months to a year from now. I could see it getting a little bit of a surge. And then, you know, if they decide to do paid content, you could do a complete edition, so on and so forth. There's a lot of potential in terms of where to go from, let's say, you know, 6 months from now, a year from now. The world is their oyster, so to speak, or whatever that saying is. But there's a lot of potential here, but at the very least, we do know March 14th, the first update will roll out, the first major update, I should say. The big boss battle against Lucius, along with Sandolphin being a member of your party, joining you for that battle, but he will also be added to the roster come May. So that's exciting, and you'll get 2 new characters in April as well. That's going to do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below if you've yet to check out the game. I know most of you guys at this point are busy with FF7 Rebirth, but definitely circle back and play Granblue Fantasy. Kind of unfortunate timing when it came out right around P3 Reload, where some people had to be selective with what they picked up, but definitely one when we get a quieter period, and, you know, that's going to be few and far between for the next couple of months, but once we get a quieter period, maybe circle back and play Granblue, especially after more updates roll out. That's going to do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.